Hey, good morning there, freaking damn motivators. How we doing today? Motivators Chat, episode 4. This is a segment where I answer your comments and your questions on the YouTube channel. So for today's Motivated Chat, we got a question from True Berry Blue. How you doing, True? So True Berry Blue says, I'll ask on behalf of all the new people because it's bound to be asked. Do you have any tips on joining the Marine Corps? So yeah, guys, I get asked this question a lot, especially when I stream. And usually on stream, I don't have too much time to talk about it, so I'll usually end up trolling people. But it is a valid question that I do want to help people out with, okay? Now, any tips before joining the Marine Corps is kind of a loaded question. So here's what I'll say about any tips on joining. A lot of people want tips for boot camp. A lot of people want tips for their entire enlistment. Instead of trying to dive deep into the boot camp tips, let's just give you overall tips that'll help you through boot camp and through your entire enlistment, right? I would say number one is your mindset. Your mindset is everything whenever you go in, all right? And here's what you need to tell yourself. I'm sure that everybody or most people are motivated before they go in, right? Gotta go. But the thing about it is that mindset changes during boot camp because of the way that you get treated and some of the things that you may thought you were going to know but you didn't. It determines who you actually are through those times. And if you keep a positive mental mindset through all of that stuff, then your enlistment's going to go better. No one likes to be around the sappy person who's always bitching and complaining, right? Nobody wants to be around that person. It has its times, but there's a time and place, and if it's every single time and every single place where you're bitching about something, then chances are you're probably a sour one to be around. Guys, I'm not gonna even lie to you. I felt like most of my enlistment, I was bitching and complaining about things, and it never makes anything any easier. So just, shut the fuck up and do what you got to do, right? If you don't like it, it's 4 years of your life and it goes by in a blur. I promise you it's not going to be that bad. So just suck it up, do your 4 years and get out if you're absolutely hating your life, right? I would say the number one thing, the best advice I can give you before joining the Marine Corps is understand that times are going to suck, and it's about your mental mindset on how you handle it. It's going to determine how you feel and how you get through it. Are you going to make your Marine Corps enlistment miserable, or are you going to make the best out of it? Which brings me into number 2 is make the best out of your enlistment. Do not go in and just waste your life. Do not go in and bitch about everything and piss away your paycheck by drinking every single weekend, buying stupid stuff. Go in and make something of yourself. Learn everything that you can. There are some very smart people in the Marines, then they are willing to help you, right? Learn everything that you can. If I could go back and I could redo it, I would start training jiu-jitsu earlier. I started training jiu-jitsu maybe a year whenever I was in the Marine Corps, but I should have trained before and while I was in. Pick up a skill. Pick up some type of skill when you're in, whether it's a martial art, whether it's something that is going to aid you whenever you get out of the Marine Corps, right? So that's what I mean by make the best of it, okay? When you make the best of it in 4 years, that's where things are going to start happening for you. I know people that have gone in and have completely wasted their time while they were in. They went in, they bullshitted for 4 years, they gaffed everything off. They complained about everything. They didn't want to help people out. Then they got out. They didn't even use their GI Bill. They didn't file for any VA claims. They didn't learn any skills while they were in besides being a grunt, which translates to hardly anything out there in the real world. It can, but not always. And so now they're just kind of stuck, right? There's not really much going on in their lives. And they're struggling a lot more, rather if they had learned something when they were in and they can get out and apply it. So far we have our mental state whenever we go in. Make sure we keep it a positive mental attitude. And second, we have make the most of it while you're in. Learn something. Do something with your enlistment, right? Don't just do the bare minimum and get out and do nothing. Now, the next piece of advice is something that falls a little bit more in the leadership realm, but I think it's going to make your enlistment easier. And that's helping others before you help yourself. Not to say that getting people to like you should be your goal, but it certainly does help. When you put others before yourself, things just go way easier. And when I say others, I mean everybody. I mean the people that are your subordinates, the people that are your peers, and even your leadership as well. The guys that you do not get along with, help them. The guys that are underperforming, help them. Whenever I was in, I made the mistake of, like, if you were pretty much a dirtbag, or if you weren't up to par, up to standard, like, I would just kind of brush you off. And I wasn't there to really help you grow as a person, not just a Marine, but as a person. And that's probably one of my biggest regrets, was not helping out my leadership when they needed it, not helping out my peers, and not helping out my junior guys. Because I just wrote you off if you were just a piece of crap. But I should have been there to try to do everything I could to get that person to the next level, right? And the last one that I would say is pretty important is just stay in shape, guys. Your physical fitness. Yes, you go to boot camp being fit. Yes, when you get out of boot camp, you're pretty fit. But once you hit the fleet, guys, it's pretty much up to you to maintain that standard. You can definitely get fat in the fleet, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It makes everything harder. It's harder to lead people. You don't want to be someone who's not maintaining a physical fitness. You don't want to be the person who's out of shape, all right? And I would say the best thing that you can stay in shape with is your hiking, because if you go in, this is just grunt specific and infantry specific. This doesn't really tailor to someone who's not a grunt, right? But if you're in, make sure you know how to hike, right? The hiking is the best thing that you can try to do. Hiking is one of those things that if you're good at it, you're able to help everyone around you. You can carry cruiser weapons if you're in weapons platoon. You can help people better whenever you maintain that physical fitness standard with hiking. As I know that you might be thinking, like, oh, wait, I just need to be good at working out and staying in shape? Oh, that's easy. I promise you, guys get out of shape when they're in the fleet, and it's not okay. You need to be able to PT so you can stay and lead from the front. You need to stay and be able to hike so you can lead from the front. Those are all things that you need to be able to do. And I know you might be thinking, like, oh, this sucks. Guys, it's only for 4 years. If being in shape sucks, just do your 4 years and get out. It's not that big of a deal. 4 years will literally fly by. It will fly by. Yeah, guys, that's all I got to keep the video short today. If you can follow those tips when you're joining the Marine Corps, I promise you will excel during your enlistment. Leave your comments or your questions below, and you could get featured on the next video. Guys, we're doing an Xbox giveaway whenever we hit 1K subscribers on Twitch, so make sure you follow me and subscribe there as well. All right, motivators, we'll see you on the next one. Gotta go.